Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Contested Foul. My guest today is Lily LeDonne, who I am so excited to have here. We coached YCCs this summer, under 20 boys, and I'm really excited to see their perspective on the college scene. Lily, would you like to give like a little brief intro about yourself, your ultimate career?
Yeah, I'm Lily. I'm currently a junior at the University of Washington, so I've played for Washington Element for 3 years. And then in Chicago, I played club for Nemesis for 2 years, and I played a year of Dish before that. And then, yeah, last summer I coached the U20 boys team with Ellie. And currently I coach some middle schoolers here in Seattle, which is fun.
That's awesome. Okay, I had some questions about coaching. Okay, well, the first thing I wanted to start, I've always been jealous of people who are from Frisbee families. And you're like the biggest Frisbee family, your family, like that I know of. So if you want to talk, do you like, how did you get into playing Ultimate? Was it kind of just like, you're going to do it from the start? Anything like that?
I mean, yeah, I like grew up on the sidelines of my parents' spring league games and like their club games, and like I
That's
was on the
fun.
Dish sidelines for years as a child. Like yeah, I was just always gonna do it. I started playing in fourth grade because like one of my mom's like friends who she started Dish with, like her son was playing for a middle school team and they needed more players, so then I went to play like middle school Niqua knockout with them, which was
That's
super
fun.
fun. But like, yeah, it's super interesting for me that people who aren't from frisbee families play frisbee because I'm like, how did you guys get into this sport?
Yeah, very random ways, I guess. Where did your middle school have a team? No.
Yes, when I
Okay.
like after I was in fourth grade, after I like played that one tournament with my friend's team, my mom started a team at my middle school, and me and my cousin, who's 3 years older than me, we were both in middle school, so we played at McClure Junior High for like a few years, and then I went to high school at Lyons Township and played there for 4 years.
Wait, so how many people in your family play Ultimate? Because you got cousins and uncles and all this?
Yeah, so both my parents play, and then two of my dad's sisters like played club, and then his third sister like also played spring league in Chicago. And then on my mom's side, she has a brother who played on my parents' spring league teams for a few years, but I don't think he played club as much. And then yeah, like my cousin on my mom's side played just because like my mom wanted him to play, and
Oh,
then
okay,
he started
okay.
playing, and now he's been doing it forever.
That's cool. Did your high school have a girls and a boys team or was it all mixed?
Yeah, we just had an open team, so yeah,
Okay.
I played open for several years, and then the first time I ever played on an all girls team was my senior year of high school because I like picked up with Nequa Valley for No Consequences.
Oh, wow. Was it different? Did you like it better?
I mean, it was definitely different, but I thought both divisions were fun. I had a great
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, that's good. That's good that you got to play at least. I feel like the youth scene in Chicago itself is non-existent. In the suburbs is kind of there, which is good. It's growing, but yeah, I wish more teams like in Chicago or schools in Chicago had teams. But I don't know. It's all the suburbs. Like for the YCC team, no one was from Chicago. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
closest we
know.
could get is Evanston.
Yeah, literally. I don't know. I don't know why that is. Oh well. Um, Okay, so when you played, I'm trying to like go through this. You played also mixed YCCs, right? For hypnosis.
Yeah,
How
I
was
played.
that? Okay,
Well, yeah,
you
I
go.
played 3 years of that. So I started
Okay.
in 2021, which was the first YCC post COVID. So it was after my sophomore year. So then I played that year, then after my junior year, and after my senior year.
Was that was an under 20 mixed team, right?
Yeah.
Oh, if I hadn't I like broke my collarbone at YCC tryouts that year, so I couldn't play. But if I hadn't, maybe we would have played each other for one year. That would have been cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if my first year. I know I played swing boat at one point. I don't
Oh,
remember
okay.
if that was my sophomore or junior year, though.
Yeah. Well, either way, I would not have been there by that point. I don't think. I just played in 2019, but then broke my collarbone at tryouts. Not fun. Would not recommend. Um, okay, I had a question. Why? So when you were deciding about colleges, was frisbee an important factor in that?
Yeah, it kind of was, but I also just like had no idea where I wanted to go to school, and I was like, I'll just apply to these schools that have good frisbee programs and see
Yeah.
like where I get in and if I want to go to any of them.
Why'd you decide on University of Washington?
I visited three colleges. So I visited University of Colorado, California Davis, and University of Washington. And I just liked Seattle the most. It was super fun when I visited, and it was like cherry blossom season at UW when I visited, which was super
Oh,
nice.
that's perfect.
And like also for no reason whatsoever as a child, I just like loved the city of Seattle.
That's funny. Why not? That's funny. Were was it like a big change going from, I don't know, just like UW's thing? You got such a good team there. Was it a hard transition from like high school to college, like specifically ultimate wise?
I don't think it was that hard for me. It was definitely different like practice schedules, like going from just like casual high school and then like
Yeah,
3 days a week plus a pod and like a lift is a lot,
yeah,
but like I love frisbee and it's my life, and so just
yeah.
like coming being like I get to do so much frisbee now was just like so fun for me as a freshman.
That's good. What are some? I mean, you guys went to nationals all 3 years. What are some like really great moments you can think of from your 3 years so far?
I mean, definitely a highlight last year, like making semis of nationals while it was in Burlington was awesome. Just
Oh,
like
that is
home
awesome.
stage and like everyone watching us. And we were playing Carleton, so like everyone was cheering for us.
Yeah,
That was super awesome. And just like insane to like have the announcers there and you can hear everything they say.
yeah.
And I was on
Oh,
the sideline, I just like couldn't hear anything anyone was saying because it was so loud. It was crazy.
that sounds so cool. I'd love to play in a game like that one day. Yeah, I showed. That's one of my favorite games to watch on YouTube. I actually showed the Loyola team that game when we did like film, or like this is what more advanced college ultimate looks like, and I made everyone pick a side which team they're going to cheer for. And we had a lot of Minnesota people, so they all picked Carleton. But that's a fun game to watch. A lot of really great plays. That's fun. Okay, so what are your thoughts about nationals this year that you can share? Like, you guys are so good. You're third? Are you third or are you fourth in
Yeah,
the
actually,
rank?
well, I don't know where we are on Ultiworld. I know on USAU to end the regular season we were seven, but I don't know where we are on Ultiworld right now.
Wait, I'm gonna
I
Google
would
it.
venture to guess that we're three because I want to say it's one Carleton, two UCSC, and three is us.
Yeah, that I feel like the UCSR. I'm gonna just talk college ultimate for a bit because I don't know a lot of people who follow it. But you, I'm guessing, do a little bit at least because you're
Yeah.
playing. I feel like the UC SC rise to fame is kind of out of nowhere, but they got that really. Why can I not find this? I'm trying to find the rankings. Okay, final regular season rankings. Where is it? Okay, never mind. Well, I'll figure it out later. I don't know why Ulti World is being confusing. Okay. Have you guys played UCSC yet?
Yeah, we played them at Pres Day, and I think we lost our crossover to them.
Okay. What are some who are some team well, wait, first. Did you guys win sectionals, your section?
We lost in finals to UBC 15-12.
Okay, I was gonna ask who are like is you and UBC, are there any other, is Oregon in your section?
Yeah, so our section is like the state of Washington, Oregon, and then British Columbia. And
That's a
every
lot.
team in our region that bid earned is in our section as well, which is I think is kind of nice because it's basically just like a regionals preview.
Yeah. Wait, but then who else is in your region?
We add like Utah, Montana, and Idaho. I don't think there's
Oh,
actually
okay.
any teams from Idaho, but like there's Montana, Montana State, Utah have a team, so they'll join us for
Okay.
regionals.
Yeah, that's like here we have Kentucky, and I've never seen a team from Kentucky at regionals ever. And Indiana, I've seen, well, Purdue, but like I've seen once or twice like an IU team. But that's so interesting. That's a big section, I feel like. Did Oregon get third?
UVic got third. I think they beat them on Universe.
That's cool. That's cool. Um, are you guys feeling pretty confident about your I guess regionals, but also, I mean, you're gonna make nationals, but I hope you can get to the final four again. Are you guys feeling pretty confident about that?
I mean, yeah, we're like really excited about the rest of the season, but we're also like trying not to look too far ahead, like nothing is guaranteed, so we can really be locked in at all of our practices leading up to regionals and just like focus on regionals before we think about nationals.
That's a good mindset. Yeah, that makes sense. That's a good mindset. Who do you think you're? Okay, I know you just said you guys are talking about um you're thinking about regionals first, but like you personally, who do you think is going to be like the biggest? Which team do you think is going to be the hardest to beat in at nationals? Or like, is it Carleton or UBC?
Like I think for us personally, since we play UBC all the time, we just like know them so well,
That's a good point. That's a good point.
which like really locks us in for that. I do think like Carleton will be really hard to beat. I also think with nationals being in Rockford, I'm like super interested to see Stanford because like it's going to be so windy probably. So like their zone is just going to probably kill teams. So I'm
Their
super
zone is
interested to see
so
how that
good.
goes.
Yeah, I forgot. I mean, I knew it was in Rockford. Definitely, I'm gonna go watch finals. And I think a bunch of my friends are too. I went when it was in Madison, which was super fun, and I'm very excited to go again. But I didn't even think about the wind. Do you guys have a lot of wind in Seattle?
Not really. We don't have many windy practices around here.
Okay. Have you been trying to practice for the wind at all? Has that been like a thing y'all are
I mean, a
thinking
lot of
about?
times if it's windy during our practice, we'll like adjust our practice plan so we can incorporate more throwing and like hucking with the wind, changing your edge depending on which way the wind is going.
Okay, that's a good practice. That's a good thing to do for practice. Yeah, I totally forgot. It is going to be so windy. Um, we just had sectionals at Washington Park. It wasn't horrible, but it was the second day was a lot windier than the first, but it wasn't so bad. I think I've been in worse, but that is one of my least favorite things about Midwest Ultimate, the amount of wind. Um, so that must be nice to be in a place where there's not as much wind in Seattle. That's nice. Let me see. I wrote down some questions. Okay, so you're a junior, right? I couldn't
Yeah.
remember if you're a senior or junior. Um, anything you're like super looking forward to senior year? Is there going to be who are you guys? Are you losing anybody?
Yeah, our senior class is has been our biggest class like since I was a freshman. The year above me is just like the biggest class ever. There's
Okay.
like 8 seniors, I want to say, and I
Oh
think
wow.
almost all of I like don't think any of them are coming back for fifth years, and we have two sixth years who have been on the team my entire career, and then one grad student who's a rookie this year. So like we're losing all
Okay.
of those players.
Yeah.
So
Um.
yeah, it's definitely gonna like be the biggest turnover that I've seen with elements since starting college.
Yeah. Are you worried about that at all?
I mean, it's just gonna be different next year,
Yeah.
but like we'll see what rookies we get. I assume we'll get some like in-state Seattle kids.
Yeah. Probably. I would assume. I would assume so. That's always nice to have. There's so many good Seattle kid. Like the U scene in Seattle is just insane. I feel like I go to like Ultiverse anybody that I'm like, wow, that person's really good. It's like they are from Seattle, and I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I don't know what they have in the water there, but some really good ultimate. Um, is there any? Are you gonna come back to Chicago this summer?
Yeah, I'm gonna assistant coach YCC again, which I'm really
Okay,
excited
that's
for.
good. Nobody. I mean, I'm not. I can't do it because I'm captaining Dish this year. But like nobody
Yeah.
ever reached out to me, and I was like, does that mean I was a bad coach?
Yeah, they
Maybe.
never. I don't actually really know what happened. I think Jacob sent an email at some point when he asked for feedback, also asking if you were returning, and then like I emailed him and was like, I probably will, but this was also in like November, so I was like, I have no idea if I'm gonna be in
Yeah.
Chicago this summer, but if I am, like I'd love to coach. And then he was like, okay. And then never heard anything from him again. And then I emailed maybe in January and was like, oh, okay, I probably am going to be in Chicago this summer. Like, I'd love to coach. And he was like, okay, I can put you in contact with Pat, who's our new head coach. And then
Mm.
I emailed him, or maybe, I don't think he actually emailed him. I think Jacob emailed him, and then it took him forever to get back to me. And then, oh, I had to ask Christian for his email so that I could email him
For
personally.
Pat?
Yeah, it was like
That's
super
crazy.
weird. But it took forever for him to answer, and he was like, "Oh, like I heard you weren't interested in assistant coaching." I was like, "I have been saying since day one that I would love to come back." So I don't know where
That's
you heard that.
crazy. I don't know why they're doing all that when like they need coaches. Like you have someone here who like wants to coach and you're like kind of making it well you are making they're making it really hard for you. Is this new head coach the one from Michigan or something?
From St. Louis.
St.
Yeah,
Louis,
I
that
think
was it.
we
Okay.
talked to him a bit at YCC last year.
Yeah,
I remember
I do
Christian being
remember.
like, "I'm trying to introduce you to like the IU treasurer because he wanted him to replace him."
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I do remember that. To Becca. Wait, that's so is there another assistant coach you know of yet or you just
I
don't
don't
know
think so. I
any
like
yeah.
I don't really know. I just got an email like today about it that was like I don't know.
I wonder what they'll be doing if they're going to do are they definitely doing an under 20 boys and an under 20 girls again or
Yeah,
is
as
that
far
also
as I
something
know,
you don't
it's
know? Okay.
U20GX, U20BX, and U17.
Okay. Is your brother going to be on the team this year then?
Yeah, my brother's gonna be U20, so I'm really excited for that.
Okay. Are you excited to coach it? Will that be fun or
I think it will
difficult?
be very fun. The last time I coached him was at Cut Camp 2 years ago, and he was like on my team for the week, and that was super exciting. But now I get to coach him on like a real team, which I think is gonna be
Yeah,
awesome.
that's fun. That'll be fun. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I think I would just annoy my sister if I tried to coach her, but also I know a lot more about frisbee than she does, so it would be different. Yeah, because this time last year I was like going to this like indoor tournament, like trying to like do a tryout thing. So I was very like, yeah. I mean, I can't do it, but I was like interested in seeing what was happening, and this is like no emails, no anything. I was like, okay, well, I hope they figure it out. Um, I wonder. I guess yeah, there'll be a lot of returners. What was something that like you thought coaching was last year like the first time you coached, you know, I'm trying like a real team, like especially like yeah. Like for
Yeah,
me it
last
was.
I think last year was the first time I had ever coached a real team. I guess because I'd coached summer camps the year before. I coached a week of cut camp, and then I coached like the Chicago Union summer camps. But
Yeah.
yeah, coaching YCC was definitely like different experience and first time coaching a real team.
Same for yeah, I coached at some DC summer camps. What was like the biggest lesson you learned from coaching?
I think it was kind of nice for me, especially like when we played in region teams. I knew a lot of the players on that team, and I could tell like other teams' strengths and weaknesses just because I knew them from playing against them like 3 years ago in high school,
Oh,
which
okay.
was nice for me to just like have some level of background information on the team and not be able to go in blind. Um, but I just think like the biggest lesson I learned is just like to be adaptable, I guess, and it's not always going to be what you expect it to be.
Yeah, last year was a little rough because I feel like we had I mean, and we were a good team, just like really high expectations going into it. And then just like unfortunate losses, which was frustrating. But I think we'll have a good team together this year. But I know we wanted to get that spot so we could be in like the upper division, you know.
Yeah.
That was a new thing last year, I think, right?
Yeah, that was interesting, but I think honestly it was for the best to like let us play a lot more highly competitive games.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I was a little like while we were playing, I was like we're having really competitive games and we're in that like lower thing. So I'm like, okay, maybe if this is a good choice for us and for these other teams. And those were fun games. I'm trying to think what I learned. I that was like my first time ever involved with like an open team. I'm trying to think as I say this, like a strictly open team before. Like I never coached like a boys team or anything like that. And that was like honestly hanging out with that many high school boys so much. That was a lesson learned just like about I don't know what the high school boys are doing these days, how they're acting. But it was good things mostly. A lot of them actually were like DMing me on the Instagram like you got to get Coach Lily on. I was like, "Okay." And Coach Christian, which is
Oh
which
yeah.
was fun. Yeah. Do you know who's interested in coaching? Oh, I actually just saw Jake Rubin Miller, and I was like, "Are you coaching the girls team this summer?" And he was like, "I don't know." So maybe everyone's just confused, but like I hope they figure it out because I feel like deadlines for things are coming up.
Yeah, I know. My friend Avery, she plays for Nemesis, and then she played for the Illinois B team, the Open B team, when she was at U of I.
Okay.
And she's coaching the GX team, and I think Dean and Jake might be kind of helping her with that. I'm pretty sure Dean's still involved. I don't know about Jake.
Yeah. Now
And
that you say
then,
Dean, I'm remembering Jake saying that I think Dean is doing it. Um, that's your. What's Avery's last name? I'm trying to think if I know these people.
oh, I guess her real name is Abby Mullen. But
Okay, I don't know
everyone
who
I
that
know
is.
calls her Avery.
That's an interesting nickname. Do you have a nickname for your at UW?
Sometimes people call me Lith because my full name is Lilith. So my friend
That's
learned that my full name was Lilith, and she was like, "Oh, you gotta have a better nickname than Lily." So she just started calling me Lith.
that's cool. I
Like,
like
and
the
I think
name
it's a
Lilith.
nice like one syllable nickname because
Yeah,
you gotta have one syllable if you're playing frisbee.
yeah, that's true. I've never had a nickname, but I I don't know. I've just never been. I mean, my nickname is Ellie because my real name's Eleanor. But like I've never had a frisbee nickname, and like people have tried, but they've never stuck. And I'm just like chilling with Ellie, or a lot of times it'll get shortened to L, just on the field because that's way easier. But okay, well I'm glad you're coaching. That'll be really fun. How is Asa doing? You guys are like family friends, right?
Yeah, I actually just saw him this weekend at sectionals
Oh,
because
that's great.
he's practice playing for Ego, but then he was at sectionals with Oregon's B team. So
Okay,
that
okay.
was fun.
He's only practice playing.
Yeah.
He's so good though. They must have some
Yeah, I mean,
crazy.
I think it's also like Ego's push year to win nationals. So,
Okay,
and I
okay,
think they graduated like one player last year. So
okay.
definitely
Well,
a
he'll
hard year to make Ego.
got it, got it. Okay, I'm sure we'll make it next year then. Yeah, I had a friend from high school who was a good player, and he went to Oregon, and I don't think he ever ended up making the. I don't know how many times he tried, but I was like, damn, that sucks. um, well, that's fun that you got to see him. Let me think. Okay, so you're coaching this middle school boys. Is it a boys team?
I coached a middle school GX team in the winter because in the fall middle school is mixed and then winter is single gender season and then spring is
Okay.
mixed again. So in the winter I coached a GX team and then now I'm coaching their mixed team in the spring.
Is like the winter indoors?
No, it's just never that cold.
Really? That's nice. Okay.
Yeah, it just rains
Seattle
for the
sounds
whole
nice.
winter.
Okay. Yeah. I would not mind moving to Seattle one day. It's really nice. I think I'm going to come visit for anyone who's listening, my sister goes to UW too. So I think I'm going to visit her one more time before she graduates. So I'll be there and I'll hit you up. That'd be fun. We could hang out. We could throw. It's really nice there. When I went to visit her last, me and my friend had gone to visit her and we were like walking around campus and we went into your student center and we went to the bowling alley and we were like, "Can we bowl? Like, we don't go here. Can we bowl?" And they were like, "Sure, whatever." So we bowled a game in the UW bowling alley, which was really fun. And I was jealous. They don't have that at small schools like Loyola. That's nice. Well, how's college in general? Are you engineering major?
Yeah, I do material science engineering.
What are you trying to do like after you graduate for that? Do you know?
Not really.
That's okay. Do you want to do a fifth year?
I don't think so. I think I'll apply because material science has a 1 year grad program at UW, so I think I'll apply for that maybe. And then,
Okay.
like, if I get in, I'll consider coming. I'm like not really sure if I want to do it, but we'll
Yeah.
see.
Okay. Well, you got time, so you got time to figure it out. Yeah, I couldn't remember if you're a senior or junior, but you still got time as a junior. That's good. Um, so are you gonna practice play with Nemesis again this year?
Yeah, I think so. I'm low key out of town for like 2 weeks, and then also the YCC practice schedule this year is so bad. Oh my god,
What is it like?
it's once a week on Saturdays. That's it for 6 weeks. We get 6 practices on the summer.
What?
Yeah, I wish I was making that up, and I'm like,
That's
I'm
crazy.
still holding out hope that they're gonna change that because also Nemesis practices are just like Saturdays and Sundays, so I'd be missing
Yeah,
half
that
of them.
sucks. Yeah.
But like,
Oh my
I hope
gosh.
they change it so bad because 6 practices on the summer is just like we're not practicing.
No, what, how do you even
Like
six
last year, I felt
practices
like we
is
didn't have
crazy.
enough practices, and we practiced twice a week.
Yeah. That's crazy. Did I wonder did you talk to the head coach about that? Ray or
I
whatever you
mean,
said?
yeah, I talked to Pat about it. Like, me
Pat.
and Pat had a meeting at the
Where'd
start
I
of the
get
year, and I was like, yeah, I definitely think we need more practices. Like, I didn't think 2 practices a week was enough, and I'd love to have more than that. And he was like, oh, actually, we only have one this year.
What? That's crazy. Like not even two. One is that okay. Sorry, I'm just flabbergasted. That's really frustrating.
Man, I don't know.
That's crazy. Well, sorry about that. I hope they get you another one. Wow. Um well, okay, I'll go back to club. What have you like what is something like how's playing on Nemesis been? Like is a have you learned a lot? I'm guessing yeah.
Yeah, I like playing on Nemesis a lot. Um, like, I mainly use club during the summer, like Nemesis practices, just to like keep me in shape for college and just like help me improve in the off season so that I don't come back after like not playing for 3 months.
Yeah.
And that's really
That's
nice. I think it's a hard balance sometimes with like finishing the college season and then I come back to school for like 2 weeks and I have 2 weeks off and then it's just like straight back into it. And sometimes it's hard with burnout, but I think it is nice with quarters because then I have like a 2 week break at the end of our school year and then I have like 2 weeks before the start of the year. So good chill little
that is
2 week off
nice.
season twice a year.
Yeah. I was saying this past week that I feel I'm jealous of the schools that have quarters because we're Loyola's on like normal semester, like very normal, and we regionals is always either finals week or move out week, which is so difficult. Like every year we like have to be like, please come to regionals. Like, I know you have a final on Wednesday. Like, please. Or move out is even worse because like then all the freshmen and sophomores like they have to extend move out, which is like you got to fill out a bunch of paperwork. So I'm always jealous of the quarter schools. But then I was mentioning that to someone, and they said it's kind of hard at the beginning of the school year because you start so late. Has that ever been a problem, like with tryouts and stuff?
I don't think it's that bad. Like, also because we're on the West Coast, like every single school is on the quarter system. So
Yeah.
we'll go to one fall tournament, and it's also hosted by a school that's on the quarter system. And usually
Okay.
our tryouts will end like a week or two before that, and it's just like
Okay.
a fun developmental tournament.
Okay, I guess that works. That works then. But yeah, I've always been jealous of the. So when? Wait, when is nationals this year? June,
It's like May
May,
21st to 23rd,
and then does your
Memorial
school
Day.
get out?
My like our finals week I think is like June 6th to 12th or something,
Oh
something
wow.
like that. But yeah,
Okay,
I think the worst part about the quarter system is like going to nationals and then coming back to school. It's
that's a
just
good
like
point.
so tough. Also, because
Yeah, I
I
guess
missed a full week of school for nationals.
that's and it's before finals too. Okay, yeah, I guess the semester schools they get to like. I know some semester school then they like get to go home for 2 weeks and then they have to go to nationals. I've always wondered about that. What that was like. That's so
Yeah, I do think
interesting.
it would be weird. Also, like as semesters like going, if you go home, then it's like no practice for 2 weeks, which I think is
Yeah,
super weird too. So I don't think it's good for either school, but
yeah, pros and cons of both for sure. Well, I'm glad you. I've learned about these because I was always like, oh, we always get screwed over, but you guys also get screwed over a little. Everyone does. It's just how it is. I don't know about the trimester. The only school I know on trimesters is DePaul.
Hmm.
I don't know.
I feel
That's all I
like
remember.
UBC might be on some weird trimester thing, but honestly, I have no idea what they do in Canada. So
Yeah, I don't know either. Can't. Oh yeah, Canada. Do they have to like? I guess every time they come to a tournament, they all gotta like get their passports. I've always been like so interested by that. They gotta. Yeah.
yeah, it's super. Also, because like it's interesting for me for UVic, University of Victoria. They're like on an island, so I was like, how the hell are they getting to Portland? Because like you either have to drive all the way like up around, and it's gonna take you like 12 hours, or I was like, are they flying from Victoria to Portland? Because it's like a 1 hour flight, but it's got to be crazy expensive to just like fly to region or fly to sectionals like that. But it turns out they took a ferry, and then
Oh,
like they drove and then they had their car. That makes way more sense, but that's still
that's
like also
nice.
super expensive.
Yeah, that's kind of funny to be like, we took a ferry to this tournament. I had a someone on my last episode. She had played in Europe and she was in Ireland, and she was saying that they would take ferries like to tournaments, and I was like, that sounds so
Well,
fun. That island vibe, I guess. Um, Let me think. Is there any other coaching you would like to do one day? Is your because your mom, is she coaching LSD again this year or no?
I don't think so. Like, I haven't really thought about coaching that much. I do. I love coaching my little middle schoolers. They're so cute.
Yeah, that's
um,
fun.
I like coaching high school a lot. I like coaching YCC. That's super fun. I don't know. Coaching like club in college just seems so next level, though.
Yeah, I don't think I would coach club or college. Well, no, I am coaching college right now. Okay, forget that. But like, club or like a really high level college until I was like retired from frisbee, because that just seems like a lot of time to put in, and it's like if you want to play frisbee too, that's just a lot of frisbee.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my thoughts. I'm gonna do like a lot of coaching after I retire, but for now, I'm good with the two practices a week. That's like a 10-minute walk, so that's great. Is Was the middle school near UW?
Yeah, it's like I could take the bus there, it would be like 10 or 15 minutes, but I also have my car and it's like a 5 minute
Oh,
drive.
okay, that's super. That's great. That must be fun. Middle schoolers are fun to coach. Um, that is fun. Um, Let me think. What is your favorite drill to do with your middle schoolers?
That's a good question. I like well, we make him do conditioning every practice, which I
Okay.
think is super funny. Um I really like trying to get them to do Hollywood squares, but they are unfortunately very bad at that.
What is Hollywood squares?
It's just
What
like
is that?
a D footwork drill. It's literally you make a box and then you just make them do footwork patterns. Like you can do the N
Oh,
pattern where you run through, or like defensive N will be like drop step, shuffle, drop step, or something like that.
okay, okay.
That's fun, but
Yeah,
they're very bad at D footwork. So
yeah. I'm sure. Yeah. What? Let me think. You guys, do middle schoolers still play fives? When I was in middle school, we played 5v5.
that's super interesting to me because when I was in middle school, we played sevens, but now I know in like IU does 5v5, and I think USAU changed the rules so that middle school is supposed to be 5v5, but Disc Northwest is kind of separate and they don't exactly
Okay.
use the USAU regulations. So here we play 7v7, but I think most middle schoolers are probably 5v5 nowadays. But also, just
Yeah.
the Seattle middle school scene is huge, so every team has enough players to play sevens usually.
Okay. That's a good point. Yeah. I'm just now remembering. Yeah. When I was in middle school, we did the fives. But I can't remember anything else about anything else about that. Let me see what else. I have my questions here. What has been? I have like so many questions about just playing high level college ultimate. Like, what are those? I don't know how to say it. What has been your favorite tournament you've gone to?
That's a good question. Well, like my favorite tournament every year is Northwest Challenge because we host it, but I also do just like have the belief that Northwest Challenge is the best tournament because like all our fields are turf. Even though the rounds are kind of weird and like there's only 12 teams because we only have turf fields, so we only have 4 fields. It's
Okay.
nice to have every single game be on turf. And like if you want to get food, there's like basically like a small like shopping complex right across the street from the fields with like grocery stores, Chipotle. You can get food right there. Parking at UW is basically free. The parking lot next to one of the field complexes is free, and then the other one is like you're supposed to pay, but they don't really check that.
Yeah.
So I kind of believe that it's the best tournament, but I also think it like housing is definitely the hardest for it out of all the tournaments. Just like trying to find housing in Seattle would suck.
Oh. Do you guys have like do people host them? Does that make any
Almost every team has someone from Seattle on it, so like usually
Okay,
we'll
that
just be
doesn't
like at someone's parents' house.
Yeah, yep. I remember we hosted a couple like EULA teams, like my family, and they really liked my cats, like back in high school. So that was always fun. What? Let me think. Is that just a women's or a women's and open tournament?
It's women's and opens, but they're always different weekends.
Oh, okay. And who won that this year?
For women's or
Yes.
men's? Carleton won Northwest Challenge for women's. It was
Okay,
us
I'm
versus
trying.
Carleton in the final.
Okay, I'm like I definitely watched that game. I think I've tried to watch like all the finals of these big tournaments. And that's been fun. A lot of Carlton and UBC and US no U geez UCSC and you guys. So that's good. Yes, I'm cheering for you. That is who I want to win. If you guys make it to finals, I'll be there. I'll be cheering. I'm very excited to go. I'm really excited it's nearby. That'll be fun. Are you going to be in town for Sandblast? Have you ever played in Sandblast?
Yes, I love Sandblast. My parents have been playing in Sandblast since I have been alive, so I have been at like almost every Sandblast ever. But I've played in it for this will be my 3rd year. Actually, I need to
Okay.
get on recruiting, but usually I try to do like with my old YCC teammates so we can kind of do like a reunion team, which is
Okay.
pretty fun.
I remember seeing some people in Hypnosis jerseys there last year, I think. Um, so that's fun. Yeah, we're having a Loyola team again, Loyola and Company, whoever else wants to join. Sandblast, I don't know if anyone's listening, they don't know Sandblast. It's a college, no, it's a Chicago beach tournament. It's not a college tournament. Chicago beach tournament. So fun. Really excited for that again. I'm just so excited for the summer to start and Frisbee to start. Like my first year, it's my first year now playing college, and it's like that sucks. Like
Yeah.
I miss Frisbee so bad. And like at sectionals this weekend, I was having like a crazy FOMO. Like I wish I could play, but coaching is fun, and I still get to hang out with everyone, so that's fun. And I get to play at practice, so that's good too. Okay, I am gonna ask some of my. Or is there anything else like you really wanted to talk about for this episode?
Not really. I think you asked good questions.
Okay, thank you. I try. Okay, what is your Frisbee dream line? And it can be whoever, like literally whoever,
Like top 7 like anyone.
literally anyone, you and 6 other people.
Huh, that's a good question. Like I love the Cardenasses. Like
Yep,
they're so awesome.
yep. That's
I
been
feel
a
like
lot of people's answer.
yeah, I feel like I got to put both of them on there. Hmm. Oh, Levka. I love Levka.
I got to meet her because she was at
Oh, I
Northwestern. Had a.
heard she was
Did you
in
hear about that?
Chicago, bro. Oh my god, I was so mad. It was like I feel like it was like 2 weeks after I left or something. I was
Yeah,
mad.
yeah. Northwestern had like a club scrim, like so their team could play club players, and then she was in town, so she came and it was crazy. And I threw her a deep puck and we scored and then we hugged and I was like, this is the best moment of my entire life, literally ever. And I asked her to be on the podcast and she said, I have to send her an email. And she said, she said she has like no service at her house, but if she can, she'll do it. Um, So that's awesome. Okay, sorry. That was just like so random and cool. We were like, why are you here? I don't know. But
No, yeah.
okay, who else?
Hmm.
That was okay.
I feel like I think I'll go for a mixed line. So I've got
Okay,
four
that's fine.
WMP so
Yeah.
far, so now I'll go for three MMP. I feel like Joe White. I love Joe White.
Okay.
I will, I will love Joe White forever. I think he's the best player in Open. If
That's
Machine had him and Dan or Don last year, that would have been insane. That would just like been unfair.
yeah.
But
Where was he? Was he hurt? Didn't he get hurt?
yeah, he was hurt. I just think he never came back because he tore his ACL at Nationals the year before.
Oh wow. I wonder about what this year if he's back or not. Hmm.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. Honestly, I never know what's happening with Machine because I feel like every single year someone's like, "Oh, this is the last year of Machine. Like everyone's retiring after this year," and then like they get second at Nationals and they're like, "No, we gotta come back and win next year." So like
That's so
at
funny.
some point, someone's got to retire, and like some of them have to stop playing. But like for the past 3 years, it's like this is the last year we're pushing to win Nationals. If we don't, I'm retiring, and then like they still come back.
That's I didn't know that. That's funny. Yeah, they're doing well like consistently, so might as well keep going. Okay, Joe White. Okay, that's a good one. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like gotta put my brother on the line. I love playing with my brother.
Yep.
So I'll pull that. One more MMP. I feel like. Hmm. Ooh, I'm a big fan of like either I feel like Calvin Brown or Leo Gordon. I was a big fan of them my freshman year at college nationals because like that was
Yeah.
the year slow core Brown finals. That was
Yep.
electric.
Yeah.
And like Leo Gordon got this insane foot block that was awesome, and like Calvin
That
Brown
was
was
the
just
year
like
I was there. That was really
everyone.
fun.
That was just such an insane game.
That was really fun. And my that was so it was in Wisconsin, and my very good friend was playing on Brown, Caleb Moran, who's also been
Oh
on
yeah.
this. Yeah, so I was like, look, I know a guy on this team. Like, I'm just gonna go down to like the front. There's like a front area
No,
that like they didn't have.
I was like in that front area on like the slow core sideline because one of my
I was on the other
teammates'
side.
boyfriends plays for slow.
That's so funny. I was on the other side. Um, like nobody stopped us, and then we were just down there, and then we were down there with the guy. Okay, this is funny because Ultiworld just like reposted that clip of the guy from Alabama Huntsville scoring the goal and then taking the hot dog out of his pocket and eating it. Have you seen that?
No, I have not.
Oh, okay. Well, after this go on Ultiworld, they just reposted it. It happened nationals that year. And we were down there and he was down there and we were just like hanging out the whole time with the hot dog guy. He was a really nice
Is it
guy.
Kenny Taylor that did that?
I don't
Because
I don't
I
remember his
remember,
name.
okay, the best game that I have ever been at to watch is the slow core UNC semifinals that year. Slow core down 8-4 at half and come back to win. Genuinely craziest game I've ever watched. It's pouring the entire time, and I
Oh
was
my
like out
gosh.
there for it. Everyone there is rooting for slow. It was awesome. But Kenny Taylor was like dressed like I don't know. He was dressed in like BE gear because he's sponsored by BE, but he was walking the sidelines like he was a slow core coach, and like the observers didn't notice and they thought he was a coach. So he was like, the observers kept yelling to all the fans to stay behind the line, but then Kenny Taylor was just like walking up and down the field. It was awesome, but then everyone went insane when slow core won. It was like genuinely the best thing I've ever seen.
That's fun. I don't remember if I don't think this guy was like good enough to be. I mean, maybe he was. Maybe he was BE sponsored. I don't know, but that sounds like something he would do. He was like cracking us up the whole time. He's a very interesting guy. Um, that was also the year you were talking about how everyone was cheering for you for Slowcore to beat UNC. That was like the year UNC. That was like just a very
Oh my
like
gosh,
they
wait,
won
no,
like
that was the year that UNC, or wait, yeah,
UNC and
UNC beat
Stanford.
Oregon on Uni to make semis after calling like some bullshit stall or
Was it
something.
Oregon or was it Colorado?
I think it was Oregon because I was watching the UNC slow game with some like Oregon guys. Because I
Oh
think
wait, is this
UNC's.
men's?
Oh yeah, men's.
Okay, I see. Okay, I was talking about
Well,
women's.
yeah,
Okay,
still talking about the men's
no,
side.
yes, that's okay.
In order for UNC to get to that semi, they had to beat Oregon on Uni. and like they called some stall, and if you watch the stream, it's like 7 seconds. It's like
Yeah.
so bad.
Yeah, I was thinking women's. That was the women's UNC. That was the year they beat like
That was also
Colorado.
insane.
Yeah, like came back 5 points. But then
Every
the
semi that year was just so
was
insane because Vermont was up 8-4 at half, and then Stanford beat them, and like
oh my gosh.
UNC was down to Quandary.
Yeah,
Those games were just insane.
I'm trying to remember. I was watching that semifinal Vermont versus I don't know if it was semifinal. No, I think it was last year Vermont versus UBC where
Oh yeah,
girls women's where UBC just like
eight
destroyed
one and a
Vermont.
half.
Yeah, that was crazy. But I was thinking the final that year it was in Wisconsin, women's final, UNC versus Stanford. It was just like such an they won by so much and it was like their fifth year winning or whatever. And like when they won and scored the final point, we are all just like nobody the only people clapping were like the
Island.
parents. Like the
Yeah,
parents of the UNC kids and then everyone else it was very we were like, okay,
yeah.
cool.
That pissed me off so bad because the whole year I was like, UNC is not the best team. They're not winning again. And like, I honestly just wish Vermont had won that semifinal because I think it would have been a better game.
Yeah.
Actually, the worst part about that semifinal is their center handler dropped the centering pass on Uni to lose.
I do remember that. I think I was like, damn, things like that make me feel a little better. But I'm like, you know what? I might have made some mistakes, but I've never done that. No offense to whoever that was. I'm sure
Yeah,
you're a
that
great
was
player.
insane.
It was just a mistake. Yeah, that that's funny. Oh my gosh, I love college nationals and club nationals. Just like fun times, especially as like a spectator. Probably definitely it's more stressful having to play in it, but um, fun to watch. Okay, well I can do our final question. Our like super the one we do for every person, and it's what is your wait? Because yes, we finished your dream line.
Yeah.
Yes. What is your frisbee hot take? If you have one. Well, you have to say one, so.
Mm, that's a good question. My frisbee hot take.
I should have
I
texted
like
this to you
okay, I
before.
definitely have a lot of them. I just can't think of them right now. Um like one of my frisbee pet peeves is people who don't know the rules.
Okay. Yeah.
Like also just like not knowing the pick continuation rule, like
Oh my
guys,
gosh.
guys, this is elite college, like we got to know that.
Yeah, the pick rules are yeah, I feel like those often are just wrong. Like whatever ends up happening is just incorrect. Um what I'm trying to think of a hot take you can make out of the not knowing frisbee rules. Hmm. They change
Yeah,
them
like
so much.
hot take that like everyone should know the rules.
There you go. Everyone should. Yeah, I remember in high school, it might have been Ellie Youngs. One of the seniors, like had a copy of the rules that she would like carry around with her.
Yeah, my dad gave me the rule book for my 11th birthday, and he prints out the new rules every single year so that he
Oh
can
my
keep them
god,
on him.
man, that sounds so fun. I'm gonna be the frisbee household one day, so that's how. But that
I
sounds
mean,
so
hey,
fun to.
it's never too early to start printing out the rules. You can bring them to
Yeah.
regional.
Yes. Yeah. Ugh. Okay. Can you think of any other hot takes or pet peeves? I should have texted you this question beforehand. I totally forgot. So partially my bad. I
Another
didn't give you
hot
any
take.
warning.
See, I don't know if this is necessarily a hot take, but I think like zone and poaching is just like a better style of defense than person. I think because like you can win games by just playing lockdown person defense if you're better than the other team, but you can beat teams that are better than you if you play zone and poach and you're just like smarter than them.
That's a good point. I mean, would you say like all the time, like even if it's there's no wind, would you still want to play a zone on a team or do some poaching's a little different, I guess. But yeah,
Like,
what's
well, I mean, Stanford's a good testament to it.
That's a good point.
Stanford zone is so good. But also, like, I think, yeah, running like a handler poach or like a bracket in any weather is going to be more effective than just trying to play lockdown person defense.
Okay, I like that. That's a good one. I like that hot take. I love playing a zone, mostly because I'm always a deep deep, and so I'm not actually. I don't usually end up doing that much running, but I do like playing a zone. And I there's one thing about the wind I do like here. Like we definitely won some game. We have won games like Loyola, solely because of how windy it is. Like that is like we won a tournament. We won Windy City, I think, their last year, and like we played like Missouri or something. I don't know. We lost to them on Saturday, and then Sunday it was super windy, and we won by like 2 points. And it was like my coach or one of the coaches. He likes to say that wind is the great equalizer. Um,
Yeah.
so that is one nice thing about wind sometimes, but as a handler, usually I don't. I'm not a fan. Okay, I know I said that was the last question, but I thought of another one. Have you always been a handler?
Yeah, I've pretty much always been a handler. I think, like, when I was really young and in middle school and I was a bad thrower, then I was a cutter. But I think,
Yeah.
like, since I've been in high school, I've been handling.
I mean, yeah, if you played since you were in fourth grade, you probably got good throws, so then they want to stick you in the handler spot. I love handling. Do you ever cut ever?
I mean, I get into the cutter set sometimes,
Yeah.
but even, like, we have a lot of handlers on Element, but even at practice, like, if we have four handlers on the line, then I'm just, like, the two in the stack. So I don't have
Okay,
to
okay.
push downfield that far.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's cool. Okay, well, thank you so much for being on this episode.